The first trial for the woman accused of setting fires on the Eastern Shore is over. Today, Tanya Bundick entered an Alford plea. This trial focused on 2 of the dozens of arson charges Bundick faces. That Alford plea means Bundick did not accept responsibility for the final arson, but she does acknowledge the evidence against her could produce a guilty verdict. 10 on your side's Liz Palka spent countless hours covering the story, including the 2-day trial. Liz, we don't know why she changed her plea.
That's right, Nicole. She testified, plus her co-defendant Charlie Smith testified. While there was a jury listening to both sides of the story, in the end, they didn't get to make a decision. His word against hers. Charlie Smith testified against Tanya Bundick in day 2 of her trial, a trial that only had to do with an April 1st fire in Melfa. Smith claimed he and Bundick discussed setting that final fire. He lit it while she dropped him off and picked him up. Bundick's story different from her fiance's, saying she didn't know what he was doing and wasn't aware he had set any fires on the Eastern Shore. The jury didn't get a chance to deliberate. Bundick's Alford plea changed everything.
She's understands the process, understands the procedure, and understands what remains ahead of her.
Ahead of her, 62 more arson charges. Her attorney, Chris Zaleski, says the Alford plea won't impact her next potential trial.
That would not be admissible in any future trials. The evidence isn't going to change for the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth, I anticipate, would still have Mr. Smith testifying, still have their timelines, still have their phone calls. So the evidence wouldn't change for any of the subsequent trials.
Zaleski says no one has made a decision on how the next charges will be handled. Bundick will have the final say if she wants another jury trial or not.
Those charges still pending, and we anticipate going forward with those.
Bundick still needs to be sentenced. Zaleski told us a pre-sentence report will be prepared first. He says that will probably happen in April. Then there's a question of a plea deal or going back to trial for the remaining charges. Zaleski didn't have a timeline for when another trial could happen, saying anywhere from April to June would be likely. I'm Liz Palka, 10 on your side.